Alhamdulillah, we have completed 22 days, 23 nights. We also completed 3 nights of Qadr, right? We pray to Allah that may Allah accept our efforts. Now comes, as I said a few days ago, don't consider this full the next week. That means beginning today till 29th, we got about 6-7 days. Don't consider this as just a closing and all the kind of and all the sort of zeal and enthusiasm goes away. No. So one thing which keep in mind is read Quran. If you recited one sipara per day, mashallah, that's good. But there's nothing wrong in reciting even more. If you're not able to recite the Quran one sipara, try to do it. Imagine this hadith of the Prophet. Now this hadith comes from the Prophet in the khutbah which Prophet gave welcoming the month of Ramadan. This khutbah comes to us from Sheikh Saduq in his book, Uyun al-Ikhbar Rada. Uyun al-Ikhbar Rada is in 2 volumes which consist all the hadiths and debates and sayings of Imam Raza al-Islam. Imam Raza says that he heard this from Imam Kazim. He got it from Imam Sadiq. He got this khutbah from Imam Bakir. He got it from Imam Sajjad, who got it from Imam Hussein, who got from Amir Mu'mineen, Amir Mu'mineen was present when the Prophet gave this khutbah. So each Imam has reported this khutbah, you can imagine, each of this Imam. So it is such a strong khutbah. It's not only, for example, one Imam said no, each Imam has got no. So every Imam has heard this thing and passed over to other Imam. Whereby Prophet says, وَمَنْ تَلَى فِيهِ آيَةً مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ كَانَ لَهُ مِثْلُ أَجْرٍ مَنْ خَتَمَ الْقُرْآنَ فِي غَيْرِهِ مِنَ الشُّهُورِ. A person who recites one ayat of Quran in this month of Ramadan, the reward is completing the entire Quran in other months, right? So the remaining days, now that the amal are over, now that we already settled as far as fasting is concerned, is no longer a challenge for us to fast. No, we are easily able to do our sari and then iftar. We hardly feel it's long, right? Now that we are settled, try to read Quran, because you can imagine how much reward is that. Well, a Quran has 6,236 verses, 6,236 verses. Where would you get that? For example, if you buy one, you get 6,000 in return. But here is Prophet saying, now why is it so? We'll discuss inshallah later on in one of the lectures, but you can see how much insistence there. In fact, Prophet in the same khutbah says, so ask Allah your Lord with truthful intention and pure hearts that he gives you tawfiq to fast in it and do tilawah of his books. So imagine, subhanAllah, Prophet said, yes, the first part we understand, fasting is wajib. So you pray to Allah to give us tawfiq that we fast. But in the same hadith, same breath, Prophet says, no, that with pure hearts, and good intentions, truthful intentions, ask Allah to give you tawfiq to fast and also do tilawah of his book. So do you see how much important tilawah is? And then those short du'as of the days of Ramadan, there are short du'as, beautiful du'as. I hope you are not missing out. In those short du'as, you'll find du'a for the day number 2 and du'a for the day 20. Something is repeated again. Prophet says, these du'as are from Prophet. وَوَفِقْنِي فِيهِ لِقِرَاءَةِ آيَاتِكَ. Oh Allah, give me the tawfiq that I should recite the ayat of the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I recite your verses. So you can see that it is such an important part of Ramadan, important amal of Ramadan, that we do tilawat of Quran. So please try to make sure that remaining days, don't think that, okay, well, I've already fasted all these days, I've done my amal, and now let me just take it easily until Eid comes. No. Continue reciting Quran. If you don't even one sipara more. In fact, Sheikh Abbas Kumi says it is mustahab to complete 3 Quran in Ramadan. So every 10 days we are supposed to complete. So if you've done one sipara, you can even do more. If you're not one sipara, try to catch up, but recite as much as Quran. Why is there so much emphasis? Inshallah, we will discuss as a separate presentation. Any questions, any clarifications?
Thank you, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum. Yes, there are lots of questions queued up. First question is, should we perform the amal on 25th, 27th, and 29th as well?
No, there is, as far as we are concerned, there is nowhere I've seen that we are told to perform the amal in these nights. I've seen some centers. I know there was a time here also in JCC, when we were in Bayview, I saw that some people used to perform the amal on 27th. We don't have any kind of indication about 27th being the night of Shab Qadr. If somebody wants to perform, that is their wish. These are all amal. In any case, as we did last night, our duas and wasila of the Masumin. So you're welcome, but don't consider it as a night of Qadr. Night of Qadr is only one, and within these 3 days,
Very good. Another question is, this is the first time I have heard not to do israf in generosity. This makes real sense. Why is this not mentioned by all reciters?
In fact, you'll be surprised. It is so important that the 6th Imam, one day, he took some pebbles in his hand and he said, do you see these pebbles? And then he just let it go. Now, first of all, he just keep it and try to close his fist completely and try to take, just shake his hand if the pebble was coming. Nothing came out. After that, he just opened his hand and just shook the hand and all the pebbles went down. He said, when you do sakhawat, when you do generosity, don't keep your hands so tight that nothing is going out. Don't be mean. But at the same time, don't let it loose that you lose everything. So you can imagine if there can be vestige in sakhawat, what about vestige in other things?
Interesting, very good. Going back to the hadith I think on the first slide, it said, so the question is what is the definition of an undeserving cause in the context of this hadith at the top?
Yeah, undeserving, for example, you've been told that, here is it, let me get it here. Yeah, provide for me the getting undistracted. I don't see undeserving here.
Oh, I think it's on the other slide, the first one.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, right here.
Yeah. Giving wealth to an undeserving cause is condemning. Yeah, indeed, because sometimes what happens that we tend to give out of emotions, right? Somebody is raising the fund and we feel, oh, the person who is, you should know one thing, that people, when they raise the fund, they try to employ people who are very smart in talking, and they can convince you, they articulate. So you just hear somebody who is trying to talk and then suddenly you get attracted by that and you give without doing the homework. So although you want to give, but it is a cause which is not deserving, right? And so it can be, that also is a asraf. So make sure that you receive so many different kind of, especially in this day and age, because of WhatsApp, we receive repeatedly requests of help this one, which is good. People are suffering, but do some homework. Just do some homework. And if you're not sure, don't worry. Don't feel guilty about it, because there are so many other good causes to give. Okay? So don't give because, you like the person who's raising the fund or because others are doing it, you're also doing it. No. In the Qabr, I am going to be alone and I have to answer myself, right? So let me do my own homework and then give.
Thank you. Another question here is, one alim has said that Laylatul Qadr is actually 24 hours because while it's night over here, it could be night. The night is in different places, moving around the time zone. So is it like you could consider Laylatul Qadr 24 hours?
SubhanAllah, in this day of age of Zoom, yes, in fact, we are just now in the early morning, and there are people who join us from, for example, Africa, or people are joining from UK. Well, it clearly says, Salamun hiya hatta matla'il fajr. That peace, especially peace, is till the breaking of the dawn. Remember one of the hadiths I shared with you a few days ago, that as the dawn breaks, Jibreel gathers all the angels and says, it's time to go. So it's time to move. Maybe they're moving from this place to another place, right? Because all the Jibreel came with angels at a place, for example, as once the dawn came, he moved to another place where still dawn is not there. So keep in mind that now, as we know that the Qadr is late at night, right? Now, of course, if you say because there is always night somewhere, of course, maybe for people who were working whole night and they could not, for example, do amal, maybe they can use that. You can say, "Ya Allah, I had to work because I'm a frontline worker, or my job is such that I have to go at night. So I'm going to perform my amal the following day." All Allah accept. Maybe Allah do that, no? But I have never, for example, read anywhere it says that no, the Qadr is the entire day.
So, another question on this topic is, Salams, we read in the tafsir of Surah Dahr that the Ahl Bayt gave away all of their iftar and were left with almost null for themselves. How do we understand that form of generosity?
Yeah, keep in mind that no, first of all, they are leaders, right? One day, somebody was somebody had so much wealth, and then he just deserted the family and wife and just went to masjid and just doing ibadat. So the wife went to complain to Imam Ali al-Islam. So Imam Ali called him and said that, no, what are you doing? That Allah has given all these things. Your family also requires your attention. You're supposed to do that. So he said, what about you, Ya Ali? So Imam said that, no, you are comparing yourself with me. I am the leader. I'm supposed to, my meal should be the simplest, than the one who is poorest, right? I have to make sure that, I am in line with those who are poor. So the responsibilities of Ahlul Bayt was different than our responsibility. Yeah, if there is a leader in the community who leads the people, and the community has poor and rich people, and if that person is leading a simple, is different thing, right? But generally, no. Keep in mind the responsibility. And this particular thing, of course, because they had that meal, but somebody came, right, and say that we are hungry. So they must have thought that this person is more needy than I am. Remember a few days ago, I gave an example of Abdullah ibn Jafar Tayyar, the husband of Janab Zainab, that he saw that servant, right, who got only one meal, and he gave that meal to a dog, not only to a human being. So that is a different kind of thing, because he felt that this person is more needy. What we are talking generally is that, no, when we have been, Allah has given us, and make sure that you just, of course, do generosity, but not at the expense that, no, your family suffers.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm reading the question correctly, but I'll do my best. Does Shabi Qadr end at Tulu'i Fajr, or does it go on until Tulu'i Subh?
Tulu al-Fajr. Salamun hiya hatta matla al-Fajr. Matla al-Fajr, Tulu al-Fajr. Clearly you can see Matla al-Fajr, what Tulu same, at the breaking of the dawn.
Excellent. Okay. Another question, I think this is related to the topic from last day. After the ghusl of Shabi Qadr today, I did not do wudu. I prayed Maghrib, then had iftar, then prayed Isha after taking a break. So I did not perform wudu for Isha either. Was my prayer okay, or should I have performed wudu before Isha? Just want to confirm.
Now, as long as nothing happened which breaks your wuzu, that was fine. After Maghrib, you had to go for iftar, and then you went for Isha. Between Maghrib and Isha, when you're having iftar, if there was nothing which breaks your wuzu, then it's fine.
Thank you. If anyone has a question, just remember to unmute yourself and feel free.
I just want to ask a question. Assalamu alaikum. Do we have to perform wudu before going to sleep?
Yes, it's mustahab. It's mustahab to perform wuzu before going to sleep. I know once you go to sleep, the wuzu breaks, but what happens is that before going to sleep, you're in the state of wudu. So, there's ayat in Quran, I can give you a reference later on, but clearly says that when a person sleeps, then Allah takes away that ruh, right? That ruh is taken. And then for example, if I go to sleep, my ruh is taken, and then if Allah has decided I'm going to die, then that ruh will not come back to my body. But if Allah is going to give me life after my sleeping today, that means that ruh will come back to me. So what happens that when you do wuzu and then go to sleep, in the state of wudu, that ruh will leave your body. Of course, after you go to sleep, the wuzu breaks, but at least at that time, you're in the state of wudu.
And one more question. We have so much amal to do last night. There is like 1,000 times Lailatul Qadr you have to read. I couldn't do it. So can I continue doing it now or it's already done?
Yes, you can do it. That's fine. Or maybe you can do it also this evening. Yeah, of course, there are so many things to be done. Keep in mind,
Yeah.
but not all those things can be done. So we are fortunate. For example, I'll tell you that one of the dua recommended is dua Abu Hamza Sumali, right?
Yes.
I could not complete within nights. So what I do, I divide it into 3 nights. Joshna Kabir, for example, also I could not complete. So what I'll do, I'll divide on 3 nights. You can do that. No, that's all right.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Good question. Thank you. Any other questions? Just remember to unmute yourself, or you can also put it in the chat.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a quick question. Is Laylatul Qadr 19, 21, 23 or just 23?
One of those 3. But the emphasis is given to 21 and 23rd. But there are also strong hadiths which says either 19th or 24th or 23rd. But then there are more hadiths which gives what emphasis on 24th or 23rd. Okay, any other questions?
I don't see any other questions in the chat.
Okay, so inshallah, see you tomorrow. Again, please keep us in your prayers. And we appreciate your efforts of joining us every day. And inshallah, we hope that may Allah accept the efforts. وصلي على محمد وآله الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Hassan, thank you, everyone. Thanks. I hope to see you all tomorrow, inshallah. Khudafis.